Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Show Me Your Diamond. My newest diamond guest today is Cholpon. Welcome. Cholpon is a top-rated financial advisor in the UK. She's a mother of 2 children. She's a wife and a beautiful fashionista. We have so much in common. We met not even a year ago, but we connected right away. And I believe it's because of so many things in common. And just to mention one of them, today we did not even discuss what we're wearing. And we're both wearing Chanel, right? I obviously love all the jewelry that you're wearing. You're so stylish. And this is one of the things that connects us. So fashion, we're both mothers of 2 children. We both speak Russian language. We both love fashion. And so many other things, actually, you'll see in the conversation. Cholpon, I'm so pleased to spend a little bit more time with you and see you in every day, how you work, how you live, and get to know you even better. Tell me, what does jewelry mean to you? Because I see you wear your jewelry beautifully, and do you prefer fine jewelry, fashion jewelry, or do you wear a combination of it?
So, thank you so much, Julia, for your kind introduction. It's my pleasure to be a special guest at your podcast. So, to answer your question, I would probably say that the jewelry is always been kind of addition to your outfit. So, it either enhances your outfit and adds some statement. So in terms of what kind of jewelry I prefer, I probably would say that I like mixture of fine jewelry as well as costume jewelry like Chanel. For example, this brooch is very special to me because it has got so many details and it is actually a hanger. So exactly represents my relationship to fashion.
Wow, it is beautiful, and I love the pearls on your neck and your earrings. You're so well put together. And every time we see each other, I am amazed at your fashion style, at your elegance. The last time, or one of the last times we saw each other, we were at a polo event, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, your red outfit, the hat, you were exquisite. So how did you get to dress so beautifully? Was it something you always had, or did you learn it?
I would probably say that it goes back to my childhood, where my parents used to work in the House of Culture, where all of the artists, singers and dancers would change into bright, nice national costumes. So I grew up in that environment, and therefore, secretly, I would also dress up in the dressing room. So that's how my introduction to fashion and dressing up comes from my childhood.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. And please tell our viewers and listeners, where do you come from?
I come from Kyrgyzstan, which is one of the Central Asian countries. We used to be part of Soviet Union, but then we represent an individual country. I speak 5 languages. One is my native language, then Russian, then English, then Arabic, and a little bit of German.
Oh, wow, this is so impressive. And why Arabic?
Arabic language, prior to UK, I used to live in Dubai from 2006 till 2011. So I spent at my sister's house, who is married to Arabic man. So that's how I got to learn domestic Arabic language, because I had to communicate to her children, to her in-laws. That's how I managed to learn easy way.
Beautiful, 5 languages. And this is another thing we have in common. I speak Bulgarian, Russian, French, English, and Italian.
Also 5
Also 5 languages, yes. And we both love beautiful things. Look, even the teacups and the teapot and everything I see around us is so beautiful. Was it yourself that designed and put together this beautiful the interior design of your home?
Yes, I painted this room myself with my neighbor, and then I collected a piece of furniture one by one. So I kind of had in mind to have a cozy place where I can share a cup of tea with my loved ones. And I'm so glad you can be one of them as well. And all the things in this room represents what I really love. For example, horses are my favorite animals because as a child, again, I used to go to horse racing events with my parents, and that's how my love for horses come about. So this crockery actually was bought in Cotswold, I think, where we went for holiday. And I mentioned to the owners that I'm looking for tea sets or dinner sets. But they didn't have any spare to sell. So next day, she actually got back to me and said one of the cleaners have got the set. But it's not just a tea set, but it's a whole dinner set as well. Shall I bring some of the pieces? And I said, yes, of course. So lady came with some of the pieces, and she said that she has got a daughter who is not interested in this kind of stuff, but she wanted to give it to someone who was going to use it. So I immediately told her that I could be her adopted daughter and I would love if she could sell it to me, because I told her that I love hosting people, I love family gatherings, and I like to set my table in a nice way. So that's how I got hold of this beautiful set, and I still use it.
I absolutely love it. And I see roses, and the rose is a very special flower for me because I come from Bulgaria, and my country is very famous for its roses, rose oil that we export to for the best perfumes in the world.
Yes, yes. And we're having rose tea as well.
It's so beautiful. I wish I could show it. It's also pink and it smells delicious.
Yeah, here is our tea.
Cholpon. So, tell me a little bit about the journey from housewife to being top-rated financial advisor in the UK. How did you get there? Was it an easy journey or was it a difficult one?
I probably would say that children mean a lot to me. So when they were little, I wanted to spend time with them, to be there for them. I never had a nanny, and that's what we did. I took them to all type of classes, parks, taking from one activity to another, and it was great. But when my youngest daughter started school, suddenly I had this time between 9 and 3 o'clock, and that's why I thought, what am I going to do? And suddenly I started discovering myself. So my first job in the UK was as a cashier at the TSB Bank. That was my beginning of my career in the UK and my first job. And then within a few months, I figured it out that I didn't want to stay there for the next 25 years and earn 25,000 per year. and I discovered financial planning.
Hmm.
So that is a point when I signed up for CII exams, professional exams, to become a financial planner. And every night from 9 till 1 o'clock, I studied. Once my children were in bed, I studied every day, without break, without any kind of excuses. So I worked really hard, I would say, and it wasn't easy because English is not my native language. And when you're studying finance, it's even more difficult because you have to use your dictionary, you have to make notes. What does that word mean? So I kept going, and first exam, I failed straight away. Then I thought, how can I possibly pass these difficult exams? So I went back again, studied more, and passed my first exam. So that gave me some confidence that I can actually do something about myself, not just to be a housewife.
That's so important for us women to do different things, because we can be many women, and I'm totally in the belief that we can be a queen, a mother, a wife, a lover, a painter, a cook, a baker, all of those things. So from what you said, I heard that, there are two words that stood up for me, and I believe it's so important we speak about that. Many people being interviewed, they would just remember the success. Okay, I passed my exams, but you're so down to earth, so real. And this is what I believe is the most valuable in human connection, in human relationships now, to be honest, to be real, because there's no success without failure. And if it was too easy, then if we get something so easy, then we don't value it enough. And here you are, you said, yes, I failed it first time, but I did not give up, I persevered. This is an incredible quality that I believe helped you many times in life.
Yes, I absolutely agree, because nothing is easy in this life. You always have to work hard and never give up. And it wasn't just I failed once. There were 6 professional exams in total, and I probably failed more than once, and more than just one exam. So, for example, last exam was the written one, which I probably took 3 or 4 attempts. So there was a point when I wanted to give up, and I thought to myself, if I just do a little bit more, I probably would be able to pass, and that's how I passed my final exam. And then from that journey, in the first year, I became a financial advisor. I became actually a top-rated financial advisor based on the reviews of my clients.
In the first year?
In the first year, yeah.
Wow. I want more people to hear this, because so often people look at someone who is already successful and they just see the tip of the iceberg, but they don't see all the hard work that is under the surface. And you sharing that would give, I'm sure, inspiration to other people to keep going, because not passing once, twice, or 3 times, just do it until you do it right. And I believe in this way you have learned so much more. You have gone deeper. You remember those things so much better if you just read it and passed on the first time. So this is probably also one of the reasons you succeeded so quickly. Yeah. What other qualities do you think helped you and are helping you being successful?
I would probably say that there are 2 things we absolutely need, no matter what we do. First one is building relationships. And I mean building genuine relationships. So you want to have that relationship. You want to work for that relationship. And secondly, it's building trust. It means when you're actually looking after people's money, they will look for trust first, in my experience. So I probably was just myself. I didn't try to be somebody else. I told them who I was. I told them about my challenges. And that's how I believe success followed me. Just being yourself and being honest with yourself. It means you're honest with others.
Wow, I love this. I love this. Authenticity is what attracts people and attracts trust, because coming from post-Soviet area and era, we are not really brought up to trust people. Would you agree with that? I don't know how it was in your family and where you grew up, but where I grew up, it's kind of don't trust. People are, trying to watching their interest or trying to take advantage. So we always kind of had to guard ourselves.
Yes, yeah, there is that element as well. And I would say that when you're actually dealing with human beings, we also have to remember that we are emotional creatures as well. And when you're building the relationship, you have to listen to your inner voice, to notice those feelings. What is it telling you? So it is kind of your inner guidance, or in the English version, probably you have to trust your gut, mostly, I think. And 9 out of 10, it usually helps you in life.
Okay, so women are more connected to their intuition or gut feeling than men in general. So do you believe you are quite an intuitive person then?
Yes, I always notice what feelings do I have after interacting with people. And then I would have either positive or negative. And that's how I kind of make my mind up whether I'm going to continue that relationship or not. Because you don't want to spend your energy on people who are not good for you. And you kind of concentrate on the positive ones, which will bring you goodness in general.
Beautiful. There's one question that I ask every guest on my show and podcast.
Wow. What do you have?
Show me your diamond.
Wow. That's a beautiful stone, definitely. I'm not sure how many carats, but here is my diamond, which is my engagement ring, which was given by my husband in Switzerland a few years ago. And my inner diamond is probably my kindness, because I believe that kindness doesn't cost anything. It doesn't cost to help other people. It is absolutely free. And as long as you know what kindness actually means for you, that little thing can take you far in life.
Beautiful answer. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, you asking me how many carats. If it was a real diamond, I would think that this would be approximately 200 carats.
Wow.
If not more. And it would be so incredibly rare to have it in round, brilliant cut. But to me, diamonds represent so much. I mean, there's so much And why did I choose diamond? Because I am in the diamond industry, in jewelry industry, luxury industry for more than 2 decades. But my passion is also into looking into the inner diamonds in each of us. And nowadays I also coach people. I do hypnotherapy and rapid transformational therapy. And this is where I help people find, if they're not even sure it's there. So find that inner diamond and dust it all, because sometimes it just has, so many fingerprints, because we get bruised in lives, even scratches, right? So we get a little clothes, and with lots of love and care, we polish those facets so we could sparkle brightly into the world. And I love your diamond. So
Also a brilliant cut.
yes, it's so stunning, and the workmanship and your wedding band going with it. I love it. Did you was it a surprise, or did you help your husband with the design of the ring?
I helped with the design because I definitely wanted a brilliant cut. Because it is one of the classiest cuts, I would say. So I wanted something different than other people wear, and that's how my own sense of understanding about diamonds came about.
The two of you did a beautiful work, and so you speak very fondly about your husband, and I know you have a beautiful marriage. What would be your advice to women who have possibly lost a little bit the belief that real love exists, that pure love exists?
So throughout my adulthood, I had previous relationships where things just didn't work out for one or another reason. And that's where I kind of decided to step away, only because I didn't want to regret when I get to an old age. Why did I not do that while I was much younger? So as soon as I did that, I bumped into my current husband, who turned out to be very kind, generous, and supporting person. So I would definitely say that choosing your life partner is very important, as per Warren Buffett's quote, where he said you only need to get 2 things right. Number 1 is to find your right life partner, and second one is to find right business partner. So if you get 2 things right in life, everything falls into place. So I definitely accomplished my first task in life, because I feel that this man made me to flourish like a flower, and definitely gave me wings to fly.
Ladies, you hear that? Believe that it exists, and that's why when I find a happily married or a happily in a relationship woman, I love to share that, because we should never give up. Love exists, it's real, and as you said, because we're so focus sometimes on making money or having a career or doing this or that. But really, as you said, if you have the right partner, and then you feel free to fly.
Yes.
And then, of course, everything falls into places. Then it's easy to do everything else, because you have the support, you have the love, the admiration. And for a woman, that's very, very important.
Yes. I would also add that you just have to look for patterns when you are in a relationship. If that person is always supporting you or telling you you are good at this or you are good at that, it means you have got more chances to accomplish in this life. But if you have a partner who is bringing you down, then you definitely have to run out of that relationship. For those reasons I said earlier, that it is so important to be with someone who is going to bring the best out of you.
Thank you for that. I know, Cholpon, that you did not have the easiest of childhood. What helped you to live a life as a victor and not a victim? Because many people would find the excuse because of certain circumstances early in life. That's why they did not do something. That's why they did not succeed. But for you, this was not a way to live.
I probably would say that every hardship I faced in my childhood actually helped me to become who I am today. If I didn't have them, I probably would be a totally different person. So I would say that hardship is really good for you. It makes you resilient. It makes you to be more ambitious than other people. So that's why I am grateful for every hardship I had in my childhood, because without them, I wouldn't be who I am today.
Beautiful answer. And is there something that really helps you keep positive? And because really, I never heard you complain. I never heard you negative. How do you achieve that? Is there something in your morning routine or evening routine or something that you do every day that you cultivate that positive attitude towards life?
I would probably say two things really help me. Number one is a regular exercise. So it can be going to the gym or doing some kind of activity like dancing, for example. And secondly, you have to try to eat as healthy as possible. You can definitely eat sometimes other things which are not really healthy. But if you eat generally healthy, that also helps, because we have to feed our brains with healthy food. It means our brain is going to function much more effective than if we were eating not healthy food. And of course, people around you are very important as well. My husband is very positive and cheerful person. So he will be in a good mood even first thing in the morning when I'm just trying to wake up. So that also helps, probably, yeah. Environment helps, definitely.
Yeah, surrounding yourself by cheerful people.
Yes.
So, Cholpon just mentioned dancing. In fact, and she's a great cook. So today, after our podcast, we're cooking together. What are we cooking today, Cholpon?
Today, we're cooking traditional dumplings, which are called pelmeni in our language. And then we will be going to some dancing, salsa dancing.
I'm looking forward to that. I brought my dancing shoes.
Wow, excellent. Excellent.
And the way I like to end the podcast is by giving some pearls of wisdom, which I call diamonds of wisdom. What would be your advice for people who are going through hardship maybe at the moment, or who are facing some adversities? How could they pick themselves up and keep going?
I would probably say that when you face hardship, you have got two choices. One is you can make it or break it. So it's easy to break and find excuses why you couldn't do it. But isn't it much nicer when you actually make it by not giving up? So my single advice to all of you who is going through hardship would be never give up.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Cholpon. It's a real pleasure having you on my podcast. I hope we'll have other episodes because there's so many topics we could discuss.
Yes.
More fashion, more jewelry. I would love to also talk with you about etiquette.
Yes. Yes.
And maybe even doing a class together.
Yes.
So lots of things elegant. And then, of course, we'll need to talk more money next time.
Absolutely. I'm up for it. Thank you so much, Julia. It was my pleasure to be at your podcast. Thank you.
My pleasure having you, Cholpon. And thank you everyone for listening and watching.